So we're going into this meditation that will connect us, our infinite and our finite selves. And we're relating this to this idea of shame, this emotion of shame that we may feel. And when we talk about shame, we want to remember that this is about rejection of some sort. Some form. We were rejected, we are not accepted, or we got this messaging that didn't make us feel like we are enough just as we are, that somehow we're defective or wrong. And we receive these messages from the time we're little, not necessarily intentionally. Sometimes they come out unintentionally, but it lands on us in a way that makes us feel like somehow we are not enough or wrong or defective. So when we're little, we call that space in childhood innocence, as we are exploring our world, as we're trying to learn about ourselves. And it's not a mental thing, I want to learn about myself, but it's more of a just instinctual, innate human quality. And you try things and you don't judge it. But as we get older, we receive these messages that make us feel not quite worthy or somehow less than, and we begin to take those messages and keep them as our own, and we start to say the messages to ourselves. So in a sense, we are, we no longer need that outer messaging system. We just adopt it ourselves. So becoming aware of those things will help us to clear it. But becoming aware of it can be very hard and challenging and can feel very scary, and beginning to look at it. But just understand that as we bring ourselves into a calm, safe space, doing our breath meditation, allowing ourselves to really settle down into our body and feel held by our own breath, we can safely look at something that may have hurt us and that maybe keep hurting us, making us come out sideways, acting in ways that don't align with ourselves. So to say that we are innocent, we are all innocent, all humans. That may sound very hard to accept, especially some of the adults that we know, or the people that we see in the news. It may feel hard to believe that anyone is innocent. But again, remembering that we all start to change the way we are from our true selves based on this input that we get and the messaging that we carry. So if you can imagine the little child, maybe your own little child self, as this innocent being and exploring, making mistakes, learning with curiosity, not judging, we can still do this now, and we can be okay with the fact that we make mistakes and that we're learning and that we're exploring. And if we can hold ourselves in that way, you can call that our inner sense. So we move from innocence, we're all still innocent, but it may feel easier to say this is our inner sense that we want to stay connected with. Okay? So recognizing that in order to get through this feeling of shame, we need to become aware of it, see it for what it was, and know that at the time when we were innocent, when we were little, or even last week, we didn't have the tools that we know now. We didn't have the wisdom that we know now that we didn't know then. So what is that wisdom? Well, maybe that wisdom is just simply our ability to see it differently, okay? To view the situation, the mistake differently. Maybe it wasn't a mistake. Maybe it's a reassessment of what our truth is, and our truth may be skewed based on what messaging we got. So a lot of these emotions will overlap. There may be some feelings of responsibility or truths that we were fed that maybe never held true, but we just adopted them. Again, just like the shame messages that you're not good enough, and we just adopted them, even though they really don't align with our true, sweet little innocentness of who we are, our inner sense. So let's connect with that inner sense and recognize that, recognizing that we have within us this capacity to feel weak and vulnerable and needing of support and help. And on the flip side, we also have within us this strength, these qualities of wisdom and knowing. And we want to know that we have both of those together. You can't have one side of the coin without the other. And that's what this exists all within us. And we need to be able to embrace our imperfections, those parts of us that will make mistakes. If we embrace them and see them, then our strong side can come and make the shifts necessary to heal them or to learn. And learning is healing. Okay, so that is a little introduction to this meditation we will do. We're going to do it on this video just for about maybe 3-4 minutes. I invite you to do it for up to 11 minutes, as long as you're feeling what you're feeling from it. Notice what you're taking in it. If it's feeling good, keep going. If it's feeling like you're bringing up more emotions, but you can sit with it, keep going. And if you only have space for a certain amount, do what you can. Just always, creating the space for yourself. The more you do, the more often you do, the more you heal. Okay. So I'm going to set my timer. We'll begin in a moment. First, let me explain. We're gonna do a rocking motion with our arms. So having our hands on grabbing the opposite forearm just in front of us, we're gonna do this swinging motion. Imagine this as if you're cradling a baby and just gently going from side to side. And as you do this, you're going to inhale through your nostrils in 8 sniffs, so that by the 8th sniff, you're feeling like your lungs are nice and full. So it would look like this. Okay. And then on the exhale, you're going to do one long exhale through your nostrils. Hands are going to move, placing your hands in Gyan Mudra, which is the pointer finger and thumb pressed together. The rest of the fingers are straight up. Allow that to come and just rest on your lap. This is as you exhale, you'll move from here to this tall position. When you've completed your complete exhale, inhale again. Eyes are closed, focus at the third eye. Continue this motion, settling into this breath, allowing your 8 sniffs to take you to full, allowing the exhale to be nice and steady, smooth, complete. Now you're going to keep going with this movement and alternating between the 2 postures and the different breath. And I'm going to give you a visualization that you'll do at each part. So as I'm talking, you may be moving into the alternate posture. Just hear the words and allow it to soak in. As you inhale, you're visualizing that part of you or memory of you, or even that part that exists currently that feels weak, lost, fearful, maybe not even weak, just fearful, sad, vulnerable, alone. Just be real with what you feel. Allow it to be there. You're in the safe space. You can call on a memory. Again, it could be from long ago. It could be from recent. That part of you that you confronted, that was confronted, exposing a weakness, a vulnerability, a fear, sadness. Feel that you're cradling and nurturing this sad, fearful space, fearful aspect of you. And on your next exhale, you keep going with this alternating movement, but on your next exhale, call on any bit of strength and confidence that you have within, that exists there. Any source of inspiration that reminds you of your strength. Keep going with this. Feeling and nurturing, cradling our fear. Feeling of fuzziness or unclarity or misery. And exhaling, feeling that the strong qualities in you as you sit nice and tall, upright. Recognize as you do this, keep alternating, that you are carrying both of these qualities, the fearful qualities, the strong qualities, like two sides of a coin. You can't have one without the other, and we embrace both. In seeing our weakness, cradling, knowing that we have the strength within to care for those aspects of ourselves. As long as we see them, we can care for them. Really feel that as you are cradling, knowing that your strength is there, allow the feelings to come up as if your child has just made a mistake and is exploring, or was somehow feeling bad about themselves, your little self. Know that your mothering self is there to support and guide and hold that space, to remind you of your true nature, your innocence, that is your inner sense. We allow for that inner sense to explore, to make mistakes, to learn, because our strength, our strong qualities are there to support and hold and shift and nurture. This be your last one with your final exhale. Keep your arms down at your lap. Inhale nice and tall. Feel your spine lifted. Exhale. And just allow yourself to come back to a normal breath, nostril breathing in and out, settling in, feeling that the sensations from that meditation. Allowing yourself to take that all in, allowing yourself to feel accepting and loving of all that is you. Feel your own dignity, your own perfection in all the imperfections. This is your journey of life, if you allow it. Recognize that the weak comes with the strong, the dark comes with the light, two sides of the same coin. And feel a sense of gratitude and love for all that both sides bring you. Take a deep breath in and exhale, and slowly notice the space you're in. Open your eyes slowly. Take a look around. Notice where you are. Hands together in the prayer mudra in front of the heart. Eyes closed, focus at the third eye. One long deep breath in for one long Satnam. 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 Allow yourself to jot down anything that came up for you from the meditation. Keeping a journal is really helpful as you explore and keep doing the explorations and come back to it, recognizing where you started, where you ended up, and recognizing the shifts that happen. Satnam.